Welcome to this edition of the Committee on the Present Danger China's webinar series, a weekly service we are providing to illuminate the threat that the United States faces from the Chinese Communist Party, specifically by focusing in on the myriad ways in which it is waging war against us, unrestricted war, as they call it, meaning the use of every conceivable vehicle for undermining our country, for helping to diminish its power, its influence, its alliance relationships, and not least to endanger both the American people and a government of, by, and for them. Today, we're going to focus on a topic that has been very much in the news of late. It's obvious that it has enormous importance to President Trump personally and to the administration he leads, namely the war in Ukraine and the apparent urgent desire of the president to stop the bloodletting that has been taking place there on a scale that we really haven't seen, arguably, since World War II. Well, what does that have to do with China, one might ask, or unrestricted warfare on the part of the Chinese Communist Party, aimed at undermining us and taking us down if they can? Well, the thesis of this particular program is it has everything to do with the Chinese Communist Party under the leadership of its, well, emperor, at least to date, Xi Jinping. We're going to lay this out for you in some detail with three of our best experts on this and related subjects. Before I summon the first of them, let me just give you a little bit of context of my own. I believe that the Chinese Communist Party has, under Xi Jinping, sought, as I've mentioned, to do us incalculable harm, but is appreciated, as have its predecessors in power in China, that one has to do it carefully because the United States has considerable military power, and were it to be wielded effectively, decisively against the Chinese Communist Party, not just the military power, but the political warfare capabilities, the economic and financial capabilities, the diplomatic capabilities perhaps as well, we could well undo the Chinese Communist Party and quite possibly do it before they have a chance to take us apart, as they seek to do. So the Chinese have worked assiduously, again, particularly under Xi Jinping, to see what they can do to accelerate our demise by, if you will, a death of 1,000 cuts. The unrestricted warfare that we've documented in, I think now, well over 210 different programs in this series has been greatly exacerbated by the, what I call, strategic arson of Xi Jinping. His use of stratagems of creating conflicts in various places around the world, or setting the stage for them in some cases, all for the purposes of weakening us and creating new opportunities for him to pursue both our demise and our replacement by China as the preeminent power in the world. Which brings us to Ukraine. we're going to discuss the fact that Xi Jinping hosted Vladimir Putin in Beijing for the occasion of the opening ceremonies of the 2022 Olympics in February of that year. About 2 weeks after the games ended, Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine. Our thesis at the Committee on the Present Danger of China is that that is, as the communists are fond of saying, no accident, comrade. That in fact, Xi Jinping personally green-lighted the invasion of Ukraine, maybe even conjured it up. Not that it wouldn't have occurred to Putin, he's invaded the place a couple of times already, but that it would be good to do it now. I think was an idea that was very much inspired by Xi Jinping. And what we have seen in the aftermath of that invasion is that the Chinese communists have not only